In part F of example 4, they've asked us to find h prime of 7. So first of all, let's just remember what h of x is. H of x is the composite function f of g of x. So to find h prime, we simply apply the chain rule. And so we have h prime of x is equal to f prime of g of x times g prime of x. And in this particular instance, we are looking at the slope at the point x equals 7. So h prime of 7 will be equal to f prime of g of 7 times g prime of 7. So we have to go back to our graph, and the first thing we're going to need to find is what g of 7 is. Alright, so let's go and let's take a look at g of 7. So at x equals 7, I've already sketched a vertical line through that curve, and I found that it seems to be about 2.8. It's a little bit less than 3. So here at this point we can see it's 3. I would call it 2.8. So that's going to be equal to f prime of 2.8 times g prime of 7. All right, let's find g prime of 7. So I've also sketched a tangent line to my function g at the point x equals 7. And so it looks like we actually have some points here that we can make use of. So if we were to extend this line, it would go through maybe 1, 1 or be very close to it. And up here, we're just about on top of that 0.83. So just to keep things simple, I am going to use those values. So for g prime of 7, we're going to have 3 minus 1 over 8 minus 1. And then we need to also find the slope of f prime at 2.8. Let's go back to the graph. Now remember that f is our piecewise linear function. So the good news is the slope is going to be constant on the interval that contains 2.8. So 2.8 would be this first piece. And so what is the slope of this line? Well, let's see. It looks like starting at this point here, 0, 8, we go down 2 and over 1. And so I'm very comfortable with that slope being negative 2. And so 3 minus 1 is 2, 8 minus 1 is 7. Negative 2 times 2/7 gives us negative 4 over 7. And that is going to be our derivative, estimated from a graph using the chain rule. And at this point, you should have what you need to get started on the homework problems. And so we will see you in class, and thank you for your time.